Hey folks, Good Guy Glenn here, and today is Saturday, August 30th, 2025. I'm here at my storage unit, and I've been coming in and out all day, moving stuff out of here, transferring it over to my garage I just recently rented, so I could go through this stuff and finally get rid of it. As we see, got a lot of nonsense left that I have to go through. So slowly but surely, just moving all this stuff here, but the plan is not to leave this stuff in here. The plan is to go through everything and get rid of all of it. There's a lot of nonsense here. One of the biggest problems is over the years you just collect so much stuff, especially like me. Like, I lived in my own house that I owned for years, and then I got together with my ex. We moved in together into her place. I sold my house. I moved a lot of stuff into storage. I've been moving it around from storage to storage for years. And so here we are, years later, right? So what? That was, I don't even know how many years ago that was. But for all intents and purposes, let's say 10 years. Right? 10 years I've been playing the move storage. I think around 10 years ago I sold my house. I think it was 2015. It might have been 2016. But anyway, I've been moving my stuff from place to place, and it's just been an anchor around my neck. A lot of the stuff I'm finding in storage isn't my stuff. So I go through it with my daughter, and if we just don't know what it is and it's of no value to us, we're just getting rid of it. A lot of trips to Goodwill. I was over there twice today. But the biggest problem is DVDs and CDs. I know people have said, oh, I like to own my media. And I get it. Like movies like Star Wars, you can't get a original copy of Star Wars. You know, it's like they send like the CIA to your house to assassinate you if you have an original copy of Star Wars. Seems like the Lucas company does that. Owning all that media and having it in crates in storage is cuckoo. All the CDs and whatnot that I have in storage is just insane. It's insane. The volume of media that I have in storage. And I'm paying a lot of money in storage. So that's it. It's over. It's time to start consolidating and getting rid of a lot of stuff. I drove to a camera store today, gave them 2 vintage cameras from the 1950s that I could have sold. I could have made money, but that could have taken me a lot of time I just don't have. So I donated it to them because they've helped me out a lot over the years. Like, if you followed this channel for many years and you remember back when this was a real estate channel, a lot of those cameras used in those videos, this camera store helped fix and did a lot of solids for NJ Proper back in the day. So right on, man. I donated some cameras to them. I'm just done. I'm done. I don't have time to go on Facebook Marketplace. I don't have time to meet up with people to wheel and deal for prices. I got a lot of stuff that's probably worth a lot of money. I got a lot of comic books, stuff like that, worth a lot of money. Don't care. The comics I'll hold on to, but everything else, the CDs, the DVDs, I'm either giving them away or throwing them away. That's it. I'm done. I just don't have time to just deal with all that stuff. Let's talk about Friday. Friday, I was off. I didn't have to go drive. So I get up at normal time and I decide I'm going to go down to the VA and get the bad tooth looked at, the broken tooth. Because I went to the emergency room a week ago because I had an abscess on my gums from this broken tooth. I've been on antibiotics for a week. I go down there because I don't have a service-connected dental problem. I have to pay for dental at the VA. Okay. $600. $600 to have dental work done is not bad if you know anything about dental work, right? So they take some x-rays. They say the tooth has got to go. It's probably not going to come out in one piece. We're probably going to have to cut some bone. They scared the ever-living heck out of me. The dentist comes in, young kid, and he numbs me up, pulls the tooth out, 1, 2, 3, one piece, one shot, done. Stuffs my mouth with gauze, sends me on my way. Today is Saturday. This was yesterday. I'm fine. I took Motrin when I got home from the dentist and then again last night to sleep. I haven't taken Motrin today. I feel okay. I've been on my soft food diet, which is like banana, yogurt, some cottage cheese. I had some soup yesterday and some soft bread. The King's Hawaiian. I don't usually eat carbohydrates, but what are you going to do? What I wanted to talk about today is medical care in this country is bad news right now. It's just bad. With the way the economy is, the way we're all living, the cost of living, the cost of rent, the cost of food, the cost of insurance, the cost of car insurance, the cost of fuel, gas. You are one broken arm or illness away from bankrupting yourself in this country. So, a couple months ago, I was having some chest pain. I was just going to ignore it, as I always do. But then I was thinking about a good friend of mine, Steve, who had recently passed away from a heart attack. And that's exactly what he did. He was having chest pains. His kids begged him to go to the ER. He didn't. He agreed to go the next day, and he passed away during the night. So I was like, I might as well go get checked out. The East Orange VA hospital is like 40 minutes from here. So I go to the hospital up by me. The minute I get in there, I feel better. I knew I made a mistake. They did some tests. They checked me out. Wasn't my heart. Turns out this has happened to me in the past with reflux. But I spooked myself. So that's why I went and got checked out. Because, you know, the last thing you want to do is not go get checked out and wind up dead. So, lo and behold, about a week later, I get a bill for $1,700. As it turns out, they're saying that the VA didn't pay for it. But as it as I'm finding out through my research now, the VA is just slow to pay. And the hospital wants their money now, and they threaten to send you to collections immediately. This is scumbag behavior. I go to you because I feel that there might be something wrong with me that's life-threatening. I go to you because I need help. And you want to rake me over the coals and send me to collections immediately for your bill. Is that the Hippocratic Oath that you took? To do no harm? To take care of people? I don't think so. So then we go down this like twisted road. We go down this twisted road of like all these hospitals now are for profit. They're all money-making institutions for big corporations. So what's the answer? Because we can't afford anything. We're paying astronomical healthcare insurance, but there was a time where when I was a kid in the 70s, we had hospitalization, and that's it. We paid to go see the doctor. And a doctor was not as expensive as it is to go see Dr. Ross, my pediatrician. My parents just paid cash. And you know what? Doctor would come to the house half the time. Those days are over. Now it's big money. And what's the solution? Socialized medicine? Well, I'm part of the VA. And that's socialized medicine. And it's not great, folks. So here I am. I'm in a tricky situation. I don't believe in socialized medicine. I have friends who live in Europe who come here to get procedures done because they'll wait forever and die in England. Waiting. You don't have the advancements in medicine that you have if everything is socialized. But at the same time, is it fair that if you get sick, your life is over regardless? Because if you go get care, you'll be bankrupted. But if you don't get care, you'll just die in the street? And think about that. You get sick. You go to a hospital you can't afford to go to. You're missing work. You can't pay your rent because you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you missed like 2 weeks worth of work to go into the hospital and to recover. And now you owe hospital bills. Maybe you have some sort of half-ass insurance that'll cover half of it, and then you have to come up with the rest on your own. Then you have your astronomical rent you can't afford. Then you have your astronomical car insurance you can't afford. Like, what's going on here, dude? Like, this is America, is it not? And I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm just a working guy who's got some questions. Did I vote for Trump? Yes. This is not the video to talk about Trump. This is not the video to talk about promises made and promises not kept. As far as no new foreign wars, that's a whole nother video. But here's the issues I have. What are you doing to make the cost of living better for us? Because it's not happening. It's not happening, folks. Things are getting worse. You know, my daughter probably will never own a house. My daughter is probably going to have to live with a group of friends for the rest of her life because she won't be able to afford rent. At least here in the Northeast. I know it's cheaper other places, but here in the Northeast, this little apartment I'm living in, it's a studio apartment. I have a kitchen and a bathroom, and it's one room otherwise. With the garage I just rented, $1,690. But I need the garage for storage because I'm paying $300 in storage somewhere else. So you tell me. Add in the astronomical cost of food, car insurance, God forbid something happens with your car, even that you need brakes and rotors, even an oil change is over $100 now. $100. And then what happens? Car maintenance gets deferred. You're not doing that maintenance that you normally would have did back when Jiffy Lube was $25. And every month I changed my oil, regardless if I was at the mileage or not. And the cost of everything is going up, but our wages are not. And as a truck driver, as you know, our wages are the same as they were in 1981. It's astronomical. We went from making really good money as truck drivers to really not good money because the salary has literally stayed the same for almost 50 years. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But this video is not about those reasons. This video is about astronomical health care, greedy doctors, greedy hospitals, and we just don't have faith in the system anymore. So what are you supposed to do? I'm not a socialist. I'm not a communist. I don't want the state controlling my health care. I don't want them to tell me what I need to do, what I don't need to do. But you know what I do need? I do need them to stop letting these hospitals rake people over the coals for a visit. If they get sick, if they have an emergency, if they need stitches, if they have a broken leg, you could bankrupt yourself. Your bill could easily turn into a $15,000 bill. And if you're out of network or don't have insurance, you're just screwed. And what they consider to be poverty in this country, they basically say if you make below $24,000, then you qualify. Bro, I'm going to tell you something. If you're not making $100,000 in the Northeast, you ain't making it. You're poor. You're poor. When you add up your rent, the cost of living, everything around here, what fuel costs. I don't know where you're watching this from, but fuel here in New Jersey hovers around $3 a gallon for regular gas. Diesel fuel is about $4.69. Okay? Rent is astronomical. You want a one-bedroom, you're not getting anything for below $2,100 a month for a one-bedroom. What are we doing here, folks? You tell me. So that's just my rant for today. I just wanted to throw that in there, do something a little bit different. Like I had said, getting back into the swing of making these videos. I'm going to do stuff like this. I'm going to talk about these topics. I'm going to talk about these issues. I'll make some trucking videos. I'll talk about that. Got a lot to say about Western Express and some shenanigans they pulled on me and a friend of mine. That video's coming out soon. But I want you to keep fighting that good fight. Keep saying your prayers, keep talking and having faith in the man upstairs because he's there and he's listening. Sometimes it seems like he's not, but believe me, he is. Okay? Never lose your faith. Because if you have faith, I'm telling you, my whole life turned around when I just gave up trying to figure things out and surrendered to his will. But once again, that's another video for another time. So, remember what I always tell you. Say your prayers. Take your vitamins. Do your pre-trip. It'll save your life. Eat a Greek yogurt and a banana every single day. If you made it to the end of this video, put in the comments below, storage sucks. So I know you watched the video to the end. I go back and forth between reading comments. I stick to the Joe Rogan theory of not reading comments because so many of them are asinine and ridiculous. But then every once in a while, me and my daughter will read them because there's like some completely insane people there who post completely insane comments. So sometimes that's entertaining. But if you like this video, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I drop another video. And once again, this is Good Guy Glenn. Thanks for watching.